everyone, it's me, Lena. If you've ever had your family sell the one place that held every memory of your childhood, the little corner store your grandparents built with their own hands, the place where your mom taught you to count change, where your dad let you help stock shelves after school, and then told you it was never really yours, while they pocketed the money for their own new lives, then this story is going to break your heart and then make you cheer louder than ever. This is my revenge recall. How my relatives sold our family store, the place I was supposed to inherit, the place we all swore to protect after my parents passed, without my knowledge or consent, claiming it was for urgent capital to grow the business. How they used the money for vacations, cars, and new houses while I was left with nothing but lies and a broken promise. How I disappeared, rebuilt from zero, revived the brand under my own terms, and came back to expose the fraud live on stream, with every document, every witness, every stolen dollar laid bare. I was 27 when they sold my childhood. Let's go back to the day I lost it. The store was called Lena's Corner, named after me when I was born. My grandparents opened it in 1968, a small neighborhood shop selling groceries, candy, newspapers, and mom's homemade jams. It wasn't just a store, it was the heart of our community. Neighbors came for coffee and gossip, kids came for sweets after school, families came for holiday pies. When my grandparents passed, my parents took over. When my parents passed in a house fire when I was 19, the store passed to me and my aunt, mom's sister, and uncle, dad's brother, in equal shares. We made a pact at the funeral. We keep it running. We keep it in the family. No selling. Ever. I believed them. I worked the store full-time while studying business online. I modernized it slowly, added a small coffee corner, started selling local artisan goods, built a loyal Instagram following. The store was doing well, not millions, but steady, meaningful. My aunt and uncle lived in the city, rarely came by, but they checked in via calls. "We trust you, Lena," they said. "You're the heart of it." Then one day, I got a call from the realtor. "Lena, congratulations on the sale. Closing next week." The buyers are very excited. I laughed. There must be a mistake. The store isn't for sale. Silence. Then, the papers are signed. "Your aunt and uncle have power of attorney. They said you agreed." I drove to the city that night, confronted them at their new condo, the one they'd just bought. "You sold the store?" "Without telling me." My aunt smiled sweetly. "Lena, honey, it was for the best. The store needed capital to grow. We used the money for renovations and expansion. You'll see, it'll be better." I asked for the paperwork. They showed me, my signature forged, power of attorney signed by me months earlier when I was too busy to read. The sale price, $1.4 million. The money? Already spent, new cars, vacations to Bali, down payment on their condo. No renovations. No expansion. Just lies. They told the family I couldn't handle the responsibility. "She's too sentimental," they said. We did what was right for everyone. The family believed them. "Don't be dramatic, Lena. It's just a store." I broke. Depression hit hard. I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat. The store, my childhood, my parents' laughter behind the counter, was gone. I packed one bag, took my old car, moved to a different town, disappeared. The first 3 years after Jenna sold the farm were the darkest of my life, a slow, suffocating spiral into grief, anger, and survival. Jack was 13, angry at the world, asking every day why Aunt Jenna took our house, why we couldn't go back. I moved us to a neighboring city, close enough to feel the pull of home, far enough to disappear. I rented the cheapest studio apartment I could find, a one-room place with peeling paint, a single window overlooking a parking lot, and a mattress on the floor because I couldn't afford a bed frame. I worked 3 jobs at first, days as a cashier at a grocery store, evenings cleaning offices, weekends waitressing at a diner. I came home smelling like bleach and fryer oil, collapsed on the floor beside Jack's bed so he wouldn't feel alone. We ate ramen, canned beans, whatever was on sale. I cried in the shower so he wouldn't hear. Depression wrapped around me like fog, thick, heavy, unbreakable. Some days I couldn't get out of bed. I felt like a failure. But Jack kept me breathing. He started a little garden on the windowsill, tomato plants in old yogurt cups, basil in coffee cans. "Mom, look, they're growing," he'd say, eyes bright. It broke my heart and mended it at the same time. He reminded me of Dad. He reminded me of the farm. One night, I couldn't sleep. I opened my old laptop, the one Dad gave me for college, and started reading. Articles on organic farming, soil regeneration, community-supported agriculture. The more I read, the more I remembered why I loved the land. Not just the memories, the possibility, the idea that something could grow again. I started small. A community garden plot, $50 a year. I planted what I could afford: lettuce, carrots, herbs. Jack helped after school. We sold the extra at the farmer's market for $20 here, $30 there. It wasn't much, but it was honest. It was ours. I began a blog, anonymous at first. Reclaiming Roots, stories about growing food in the city, healing through soil, rebuilding after loss. No photos of my face. Just dirt under nails, green shoots, small harvests. People found it. The comments came. "This feels real." I lost my family farm too. Thank you for showing it's possible. Year 2. The blog hit 50K readers. I started selling seedlings and starter kits online, tiny pots with soil mixes I made myself. Revenue trickled in. I reinvested every cent. Better seeds, a used van for deliveries, a small greenhouse rental. I studied organic certification, took night classes in agronomy. Jack helped pack orders, proud to be part of something. Year 3. Reclaiming Roots became a brand. I launched a full organic farm stand at the market, vegetables, herbs, homemade preserves using Mom's recipes. People lined up. Revenue hit $200,000. I rented 10 acres outside the city. Not a farm yet, but a start. Hired my first employee, a young woman who'd lost her family land too. We grew together. I never stopped watching Jenna. She posted her new life on Instagram. Luxury condo, vacations, designer clothes. "Blessed beyond measure," she wrote. But I knew the truth. The farm money was running out. Her investments were failing. Debt collectors were circling. I gathered evidence, quietly. Public records of the sale. Bank statements showing transfers. Witness statements from the realtor who admitted Jenna forged my signature. Appraisal reports proving the farm was sold below market value. I had it all. By year 4, my company, Reclaiming Roots Organic, was valued at $12 million. I had the capital. I had the proof. I had the plan. Jenna announced a family reunion to celebrate her new chapter at a rented vineyard, live-streamed for distant relatives. She invited me, thinking I'd stay away, broken and silent. I RSVP'd yes. I showed up with Jack and a folder. The party was in full swing. Jenna at the center, toasting family bonds. I asked for the mic. "I have a toast too." Smiled. The reunion night was a carefully staged performance. Strings of fairy lights draped across the vineyard, long tables set with wine and cheese, soft music playing, everyone dressed in their best. Jenna stood at the center, radiant in a white linen dress, toasting family forever to a crowd of 150 relatives, friends, and distant cousins, some watching live on the stream she'd set up for those who couldn't make it. Jack stayed close to me, nervous but proud, wearing the new shirt I'd bought him. I wore a simple navy dress, modest, elegant, nothing flashy. Cameras rolled casually for memories. Dinner passed. Speeches. Laughter. Jenna raised her glass again. To new beginnings, to love that lasts, to the family that always supports each other. My turn. I asked for the mic. The room quieted, curious, polite. "I have a toast too," I said, voice steady. I stepped forward. Jack handed me the folder. 5 years ago, after Mom and Dad passed, Jenna promised we'd protect the farm together. It was our legacy, our home. But she sold it behind my back, forged my signature on the sale documents, pocketed the $2.8 million, and told everyone there were debts. There were no debts. I opened the folder, projected the evidence on the big screen behind her. Forged signatures, bank transfers, realtor emails admitting the quick sale, appraisal reports showing it was sold far below market value, proof the money went straight to her personal accounts. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Phones came out. The live chat exploded. This is insane. She forged it. Poor Clara. I trusted her. She was my sister. But she used our inheritance for her condo, her vacations, her new life, while I lost my home, my memories, my future. I left with Jack. I rebuilt. And today, I'm here to reclaim what's ours. I turned to Jenna. The farm was in trust for both of us. You had no right to sell. I've sued and won. The sale is void. The buyer is returning title. And you owe us the full amount, plus interest and damages. The room erupted. Shouts. Tears. Relatives turning to Jenna. The stream chat went wild. This is insane. She forged it. Poor Clara. Jenna's face collapsed. She tried to speak, voice cracking. Clara, you're exaggerating. It was for the family. No. I cut in. It was for you. And now the truth is public. The court papers are filed. The farm is coming back to me and Jack. And you'll pay for what you stole. Security moved in. Not for me, but for her. The family stared in shock. My cousins, aunts, uncles. All of them realizing the lies they believed. The comeback wasn't a fight. It was evidence. Undeniable, public, absolute. And it felt like finally coming home. The months after the reunion exposure felt like the final harvest after years of planting in barren soil. Every seed I'd buried in silence finally blooming, every root taking hold, the yield overwhelming. The clip of my toast and the evidence reveal went supernova. Billions of views combined, dissected on true crime podcasts, morning shows calling it the family farm heist that backfired, viral TikToks of Jenna's face crumbling. Hashtag Clara Claims trended for weeks. My company, Reclaiming Roots Organic, valuation doubled to $80 million as investors flooded in. Messages came in by the millions. Siblings who'd been cut from estates finally fighting back. Women betrayed by family rebuilding their own funds. Young heirs saying, "You made me check the will before it's too late." Some stories hit hardest. A woman sent court papers from reclaiming her parents' land. "Because of you, I stopped letting my brother manage it." Another shared her daughter's first farmer's market stand. Generational soil, but honest this time. I read them during quiet evenings, Jack asleep, tears blurring the soil samples as I realized how many roots I'd helped regrow. Jenna's world collapsed faster than drought-stricken corn. The lawsuit stuck, sale voided, title returned to me and Jack, full repayment ordered with interest and damages. Her investments exposed as scams. Family turned on her no more responsible sister. She ended up in a small rental, low profile, debt collectors circling. Jack and I moved back to the farm. Not the same, we rebuilt. New barn, new orchard, solar panels, organic certification. Every room our memory, but stronger. Jack started a youth farming program at school, proud of a mom who turned theft into soil. Jenna showed up at the farm gate 6 months later, no appointment, looking broken in cheap clothes. "Clara, you took everything. The farm. My life. Jack thinks I'm a thief." Was this worth destroying the family? Jack was in the field, harvesting tomatoes with the kids from his program. For a second the old bond flickered. The sister who used to braid my hair. Then I remembered every lie, every stolen dollar. Every night I rebuilt alone while she spent our legacy. "No, Jenna," I said, voice steady as deep roots. "You destroyed the family the day you sold our home without a thought. I didn't destroy your life. I reclaimed ours from your greed." She had nothing left. I closed the gate. Years have passed now. Reclaiming Roots Organic is valued at over $100 million. Farms across the state, CSA programs, mentorship for orphaned estates, scholarships for kids who've lost family land. Jack's in college studying sustainable agriculture, proud of a mom who turned betrayal into bounty. We live rooted, the old farmhouse restored, every field ours, every harvest our memory. My parents passed peacefully, knowing the truth. Jenna lives alone, low profile. She sees Jack occasionally, neutral cafes, polite. People still ask in interviews or comments, "Do you regret the exposure? Was it revenge?" I always give the full harvest. It wasn't revenge. It was reclamation. Reclamation of our land, our worth, our legacy from someone who thought family meant free profit. The moment I stopped letting her sell our roots, I gave every betrayed child, every guardian victim, every person robbed of home permission to replant their seed, full ownership, legal soil. If you're watching this and you're home, your inheritance, your trust has been sold out from under you, hear me. You can escape quietly. You can start small, one seed, one lawyer, one boundary. You can grow until your land is undeniable, your name is on the deed. And when you do, you'll realize the only barren thing was ever letting them harvest what you planted. That's my recall. Not stolen. Just reclaimed, regrown, and finally home. Thank you for listening. If this hit home, share your reclaimed seed below. Someone needs to know they can plant it back too. See you in the next one.